So, Young Equity Devin,
What's up?
how's the market been treating you this week?
Pretty good, pretty good. I had a pretty good week, man. Honestly, I sold all of my bond plays. I made probably a good $50 off of my dividends, and a few of them actually made some gains, and I had a few losses, but ultimately about $50. So I did hedge inflation, and I did have a better return than a savings account would. So that's good. I also hopped in SBE, which I made a few dollars off of that. Tesla, I made about 80 off of that. I'm still in Apple, and I really feel bad for Apple right now, me being in Apple right now, but it's a long-term play. Apple's been around longer than I've been alive. So I'm gonna I'm gonna keep that in my portfolio. I also have my Microsoft is still in there, but I have it at a pretty good price, around 210. So I should be okay. Also, I got into GoPro, so I'm waiting on that to hit some gains next week. And Sonos, which you own Sonos, I own Sonos, and it's a pretty good company, so I'm involved with them. And what else did I? Oh, NIO.
NIO? Okay.
So I hopped in NIO, made a few dollars off of that. So I had a pretty good week. What about you?
What did I do this week? Well, I sold all my Apple stock.
Oh man.
Once I hit a little bit of green, I probably made like $20, but that wasn't the point. I sold that, and I just invested in some short-term plays.
Okay.
So I shorted NIO a couple of times. I made some good gains, and I actually hopped in Alibaba. I've hopped in GoodRx, and I also hopped in Netflix, and those are really green for me right now. So hey. Like one of my favorite YouTubers says, when they sleep, we eat. So,
shout out to him.
Yeah, so anytime that there's negative news in the media, that's when I pounce. I look like, hey, is it a good company? It's a good company. They have some negative news that's not going to last. I hop in. And so I'm actually looking to get out of a lot of my long-term plays right now.
Oh, really?
Yeah, the market is so volatile right now. I don't know that it's going to stay that way. In January, February, when the pandemic clears up. So I'm just gonna take advantage right now and just kind of get what I can get and run.
I don't think that's a bad idea, especially for the goals that you're trying to meet. For me, I'm still trying to play that long term, and if I could use some of the money that I have in my portfolio to get some of the short term gains, and I'll play with it. As of right now, electric vehicles are definitely taking off, and technology. Pretty much, if you wanted to get involved with Zoom or Netflix, like you're saying, you're going to make some type of gain. Tesla, I hate to say I played Tesla, and I made a few dollars off of it. And with their inclusion in the S&P, of course, that legitimizes them. And so that might be something to keep in your portfolio. I think they're going to be included on the 21st of December, if I'm not mistaken. Also, I made a recovery play in American Airlines. We talked about either Spirit or Southwest Airlines, but American Airlines had the cheapest price, so I hopped in that.
Okay. Right now, I actually sold my Spirit as well for a slight green. Basically nothing.
Right.
Because I just realized I timed that one wrong. I know you're not supposed to time the market. And we said that over and over. But, if you're going to study the market and really pay attention, you can have your stab at it. But, almost treat it like gambling. Don't put anything on the line you can't afford to lose.
Right.
So I'm just waiting on Spirit to hit a resistance point. And I think that's around $19. Then I'm going to hop back in Spirit.
So you made a good point. Do you think that investing in Chinese EV is a gamble?
Do they have any cars out yet? I think some of those companies don't even have a vehicle.
Right, like your XPEV and was it the LI Auto? Lee Auto and NIO. You've seen production of NIO. They've had some pictures and stuff like that. I feel like they're the most legitimate Chinese company. And it pretty much mirrors what Tesla has going on, and they're going to start manufacturing and shipping those cars to the U.S. So,
okay, yeah. For me, I like them because they're great shorts. So,
yeah.
So I'm gonna short them. I'm gonna find out what resistance is and buy it around that price, and then ride the ride.
I feel you, man. But as far as like fixed income plays, CDs, your bond plays, I really don't think at this time that's a good idea. Unless you're older, I would definitely hop into some type of fixed income. But for somebody that's around my age, our age, take some risks, man. It's a volatile market, and you could really reap the rewards.
Yeah, man. Especially on a red day, there is so much money to be made.
Yeah.
Here's my overall advice and my guidance. If you don't know much about the stock market, just play long, buy companies, hold on to them.
Yep.
That's simple. But if you're really gonna put in the time, you're willing to put in a few hours a day, every day into the market, you can make some plays. You can do some calls. Do some option plays. I'm not too familiar with that, so I personally don't do that. But I just find a good company on a red day. I buy it, and when it turns green, I'm ready to strike gold.
That's right. That's kind of what I'm doing right now with Sonos. They were red on Friday, so I'm like, okay, cool. I know that this company is going to come out with some new innovative equipment and tech. So I hopped in. It was a red day, $20. Also, GoPro. Everybody knows GoPro. I think they were up 14, and now they're around $6. So I'm like, okay, well, let me hop in. Let me load up, because next week is probably going to be a good week for me.
Yeah, I agree. But then we got Black Friday coming up.
That's a good point.
And this is all I'm gonna say. You might want to, or this depends how you feel. Do you feel that more people, or there's gonna be a big turnout for Black Friday? Of course, online sales, because in person is pretty much gonna be dead.
Right.
Because a lot of the white collar work from home people who've been at home all day, all year, haven't been to restaurants, haven't been spending money, there's some speculation that they're going to open up their wallets this Black Friday.
Yeah. Like you said, I don't foresee anybody going out there and shopping, but people like that. It's almost like an event for people to go out there with their family. And I remember years ago, it was me, my mom, and sister, and grandmother. We all went to Black Friday. It was fun, man. It's a fun thing. So a lot of people are going to force that anyway. And with people being in the house and cooped up all the time, like you said, they're saving money. Yeah, people are going to pour into that consumerism, for sure.
Yeah, so, the sales from Black Friday should be reported around November 30th or December 1st.
Right.
So it might be a good time to get into some retail stock.
Yeah. Well, what do you think about getting into Walmart versus Amazon? Like, I still think that with Walmart and people not being able to really go in there, I don't really think that might be a good play. But what are your thoughts on it?
Well, Walmart has fortified their online services, which I still don't find to be too great, but that's what they say.
Yeah, they're trying to catch up with Amazon and those other companies, AliExpress.
My personal experience hasn't been, I still choose Amazon over Walmart with the online experience. But, I just don't know how much growth is left to be had in Amazon. They announced that they are offering this online pharmacy business, but just me being in that field, I don't think they're going to make that much money from doing it, personally.
Yeah, I'd have to definitely take that in consideration, knowing that you're a pharmacist. So, but as far as like what growth do they have? If you think about it, there's more tech that they can get involved in. There's more partnerships with potentially Microsoft or Apple. They could merge into some mega company. There's a lot of upside.
Yeah, but with all these antitrust lawsuits that the federal government's waging against Google and those guys, so there might be a little less of that. But you made a good point, tech, where they take their Alexa suite, what they do with those speakers, and screens and stuff like that. So yeah, there is growth in that arena. Of course, there's always growth in cloud, because cloud is going to be a bigger and bigger deal, especially with more people working from home. So in that sense, yes. I guess I was thinking more from a retail side. But you're right, from a technology side, they have room to grow and they have the money to do it.
Yeah, on top of that, their video services, they're going to probably start coming out with their originals so they can kind of compete with Netflix. They're already doing it,
Yep.
And another thing, they're starting to get people involved with like delivery services. Like you can have your own manufacturing service and delivery. I think it's a $10,000 investment, and then you start working for Amazon directly. So, I mean, there's a lot of things that they can innovate, and they're going to come up with it. But anyway.
Oh, but to go back to a point you made earlier, and I feel like I'll be doing a disservice if I didn't mention this. We talked about the Chinese EV cars, and and I said, hey, do any of them have a car on the road? But with that said, a company like NIO, I think it has $100 per share growth potential to reach that. I mean, what is it going to be like when NIO actually has cars on the road?
Exactly. I mean, sky's the limit. So I feel like you might as well hop in now.
You're right.
But like you said, the other companies, I haven't seen even a concept. But I have seen a NIO concept. Yeah. And I have seen their plans and what they're thinking about. And they're beating their revenue expectations and stuff like that. So, I mean, it's definitely a good company to get involved in as of right now. And sky's the limit.
Yeah, you're definitely right, man. So I guess the moral of the story is... look for red, buy red, and pray for green.
Right, exactly. Pray for green, for sure.
But be on the lookout for NIO. We would agree. Good RX, be on the lookout for that.
Yeah, I put that in my portfolio as well.
Those I think those would be our two recommendations for the week.
NIO, yeah, okay.
Good RX.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm good with that.
Netflix is on the rise as well, but
There's only so much gains in Netflix, right?
Yeah.